Kittisaurus, YouTube channel owned by Claire Lovecat, also known as the Butler, mother of the 7 star children, started her cat career around 3 years ago on Cream Heroes, and one of my favorite YouTube content creators. There's plenty of cat channels out there on this platform, so why would you run the feline type in this meta? Will it hold up in the YouTube competitive scene of today? Let's find out. And in this video, we'll be going over these popular competitive— okay, we're not doing that, sorry. Alright, I'll get back into the actual video. As I was joking earlier in a terrible parody, I mentioned what separates Claire's channels from all the other cat channels on YouTube. You can literally go into YouTube and search cat channel to find thousands of results, so why even bother with this particular one? You've probably already seen plenty of them, right? Well, let me tell you. It's because Claire and her channels are much more than just a place to upload content. They tell an amazing story of ambition, creativity, and focusing on what's important. But before I get into any of that, we gotta go back in time to when Claire didn't even have a YouTube channel in order to get context on why this story is so incredible. Why Claire even decided to become a YouTuber. Why she picked each one of these particular kittens to be in her family, how she unfortunately lost the rights to Cream Heroes, and of course, why we all love and will continue supporting her. Even though a lot of you apparently get annoyed when I'm supporting the channel, but no, it's alright, I'm not salty at all, it's okay, let's go to the video. Claire's story is actually a very sweet one. She started off as a shy and introverted bookworm, with a hunger for books so big that she had to get a computer just to quench it. No, seriously, apparently she'd go to the library every day and buy books. Damn, Claire. I wish Audible existed back then. And after meeting her idol San Masayoshi, she became like most of us in this world. Work or study to live, make some mistakes, then after that, who the fuck knows? She just did whatever she needed to. If she worked, she worked. If she studied, she studied. If she was on YouTube, she'd be one of the best. But funnily enough, when she was in the middle of a tired life filled with cheap whiskey, is when she found Didi and Titi. And the name Cream Heroes was actually born due to Didi because of his cream color, and he was her soft and fluffy hero. So lo and behold, to no one's surprise, a ton of people started to fall in love with Claire and her cats, including a sweet story of a 9-year-old girl that sent Claire an email, telling her that she enjoys watching her videos and how she wasn't afraid when she did watch them. Something I'm sure a lot of us can relate to. From then on, Claire felt a need to make cat videos a responsibility, as if her heart wasn't big enough already. She was already taking care of so many cats and she was still thinking of us. But things don't always turn out well in life, and at one point, Claire would find herself in an unfortunate situation. One day when Claire was in a pub, work wasn't going well for her and she was actually depressed, an all too common sickness. She was actually thinking about stopping and quitting her career of making cat content, and her other channels wouldn't have even seen the light of day. However, she ended up getting a text message before she was going to ask her friend if she should quit. A message from a man asking her if she was interested in adopting a kitty. When Claire arrived at where the man was, she greeted him. The man would stick his hand out and open his palm. In that palm was a little ball of fur. That little ball of fur would end up becoming the kitty we all know and love as Choo Choo. Every cat has their story, but I want to focus on Choo Choo right now because Choo Choo actually saved Claire from her depression. Choo Choo is Claire's small fluffy hero that kept her going in hard times, and keeps her going. Without her, there possibly wouldn't have been a Kittisaurus or further channels. Choo Choo stopped her from not doing videos anymore and gave her hope. Imagine if that actually happened. A world where Cream Heroes stopped uploading altogether. All of her cats have incredible stories, and while I'd love to focus on all of them, I can't because we gotta move on to what happened with Cream Heroes and why Claire lost the rights to that channel. Even though Momo's clearly the best out of all of them, don't at me. Not much is actually known on why Claire lost the rights to Cream Heroes, but let me give you the rundown on what I know. The issue of ownership over the channel came up one day because as amazing as Claire is, consistently putting up that much content will take multiple people. And so it eventually ended up with Claire deciding to leave the company. The only real reason we get to this is a hint in Claire's video where it's shown a bunch of carrots falling on the floor. Apparently this is a joke in the Korean community when content creators are being overworked or pressured to shake a carrot, if you will. maybe implying that this was not entirely an independent decision by Claire herself. And despite being the founder of the channel, she was left off with compensation of approximately $16,000. Look, I was also upset by this like many other fans. Hell, I'm not even subbed to Cream Heroes anymore, but I feel like Claire taking this on the chin is a little underappreciated. This woman never shows her face and is still somehow so transparent. She can do no wrong. She already got knocked down once and now deals with this like a champ. So now that I've given you a brief history lesson on Claire and her channels, it's time to reach deep down into my cold black heart to tell you why I am such a huge fan. When I first discovered Claire's channels, I wasn't expecting much at all. Really thought it would just be another cat channel with some decent content. But the more I watched, the more I learned, the more I couldn't stop watching. It was only around 7 or 8 months ago when I watched my first Cream Heroes video. And that day was a pure 6-hour binge fest of watching this kind-hearted woman and her lovely family of heroes. And each video was unique in its own way. You think I'd look at this handsome fella and assume he was a doctor, scientist, reporter, news anchor, prince, researcher, engineer, athletic genius? Fuck no! But I did afterwards because of Claire's creativity. She never milks her content. There are highlight videos on Kittisaurus, but even those have fresh new clips and aren't just a compilation of old videos. And not only that, but she continued making these videos despite the hardships she went through. She's admitted that she's failed like any other human being. You'd think after getting knocked down not just once, but twice, would make her not want to create content anymore, but it didn't. Because Claire is a strong and incredible person who does what she loves, simply because she focused on what was important to her family of little heroes, and the community she's built. This woman cleans her cats, feeds her cats, makes playtime for them, works a separate job, provides content for us, studies. She even took in 3 foster cats recently while already taking care of so many. What? There's literally nothing this woman can't do. Forget these posers, this is the real superwoman. With the craziness going on in YouTube right now, cancel culture just murdering creators, it really doesn't feel like the best place in the world. But her channels do. So I just want to say thank you, Claire. Thank you for being the safe haven of YouTube. Thank you for telling us your inspiring story. Thank you for being you. 대단히 감사합니다.